Welcome back to the Barrel Talk Podcast. This is episode 115. Joined with Nick Wynn on the call. Connor Carsons. How we doing?
Yes, sir.
What up, boys?
Ready to talk some ball.
Back with some basketball. It's been a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather do basketball like once
every 2 weeks. Yeah.
Because I feel like there's more to talk about once every 2 weeks compared to week because it's
Yeah.
every day. But it just gives us more to talk about each episode.
Mm-hmm.
But starting it out, in-season tournament, which has been a huge success.
It's been awesome.
I feel like every game I watch of the in-season tournament has just been like the Warriors and Kings yesterday, and then even the one before that,
Warriors
Bucks and
Thunder.
Heats.
Warriors Thunder was good. Like there's
all the
just so
in-season
many
tournaments have been great.
Mm-hmm.
And even with it's so interesting to me because they said point differential was a big thing.
And it really is.
It really is because it got to the point now where we'll get into it later on, but where I'm watching the Warriors game and all they're talking about is the Warriors got to win by 12, by 12. And I'm sitting there in the back of my head when we're killing them in the second quarter, third quarter we're still fine. They make a run in the fourth, and I'm like, I see us playing a certain way because we're thinking about the win by 12, and that led to us losing the game. I feel like it's interesting because Boston had to win by 22 to win their group.
We had our starters in up 30 with our 5 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, and then for us, we had to win by 12, and if Sacramento could still lose, but they could only lose by less than 11. Mm-hmm. So it's very interesting when you see kind of the different scoring aspects of it. I think it's very good for the NBA just to have something else in the game for the regular season kind of stuff. But huge success. But we do have
the finals or the bracket.
The bracket because the knockout rounds play. Mm-hmm. And I'll pull up the bracket.
And we wouldn't have had to only win by 22 if we wouldn't have lost the fucking Magic. Actually, we got stomped by the Magic.
Yes.
So we had to deal with that.
I don't remember if we did predictions for the in-season tournament.
I don't think so.
I don't think we did. But it starts next Monday, pretty sure. So the bracket play starts out with... We'll just go.
Is this all just one and done?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's all one and done now. We'll start out with top left of the bracket. Lakers, Suns, LA will host.
Be a good game.
LA is the 1 seed on this side.
People, it's going to be crazy because these games are going to be playoff atmosphere games. Because it's one and done. All right, you get eliminated. I feel like it could go both ways. People could not care. If they lose at the end, during the game, they will care.
Yeah.
They will. It's going to be played out like a playoff game.
And it still counts to your record.
Yep, the intensity is going to be there. So it'll be a lot of fun. But then when you think about it at the end of the game, you lose, you're just okay, we lost. We tried. But I think all these games will be really good.
So who are we going with for this side?
I'm going to go Suns just because the Lakers... the Lakers could easily win that game because they're at home. Lakers play so much fucking better when they're at home. But I think the Suns will be a little too much for them.
I'm going to go with the Lakers, but I would go the Suns if I know for sure I'm going to have KD and Book.
I think they will.
If I have KD and Book,
I assume
I'm going to pick the Suns.
Yeah.
But if I don't, if I just have Book or just have one of them, I'm going to pick the Lakers.
Oh, yeah.
But I just feel this means a little bit more to the Lakers.
They're just at home. That's what goes to me. The Lakers are a sorry team, on the when they're away. But when they're at home, they play completely different.
Give me the Lakers though. Give me the Lakers over the Suns in this one. They're at home. Next, dropping down into the other side of the bracket, Kings hosting the Pelicans.
That's gonna be a crazy game. That's gonna be a really good game.
That will be.
I think I'm going to go Pelicans, man.
I'm going to go Pelicans.
Pelicans have been looking good. Zion's been looking really good.
I'm going to go the Kings. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go the Kings at home. That atmosphere is going to be crazy. This is something I feel because they were talking about it on TNT when they had Candace Parker on. I thought she said something real interesting. For two teams that she brought up in this whole in-season tournament. For the Pacers and for the Kings and for the Pelicans to a certain extent. But for the Kings and the Pacers, two teams that have been they need something like this to kind of build off of being that young of teams and everything else like that. So I think the Kings are going to take this a lot more serious, I feel like.
Yeah. They're
obviously, like you said, they're going to, in the game, they're going to care. Mm-hmm. But I feel like the Kings are going to make it a point to win this game and to move on. But yeah, give me the Kings. Give me the Kings at home. Then we got Pacers hosting Boston.
We're just going to win.
Yeah.
You guys are going to...
I think Boston's going to do it.
You guys are
I don't know
win.
by how much, but we'll win.
You guys are going to win, but this is going to be very super high scoring.
Oh, yeah, every Pacers game is.
In Indy, they're going to push the pace.
Well, it could... I don't know. We're really good. We're a stout defensive team, man. Like we got these players to kind of stop the fast break and all that everything. We're gonna have Drew Holiday on Tyrese, so that'll be very interesting. I mean, Miles Turner will be on KP, and that's if KP's healthy. He hasn't been playing the last couple of games, so I think he might come back for that. I mean, no one's touching Tatum or Brown on the Pacers.
It's more so it just sucks. Even with how good defenses have been against the Pacers, they still just continue to just pour on points. It's going to be interesting to see. I do think this is a good matchup. I do think it'll be a good game. But I'm going Boston for sure. It is one game scenario though, so anything can happen. Then we got Bucks hosting New York.
That'll be the best game. I think that'll be the best game. I'm going to go Bucks just cuz like if they were in New York, oh man, that game would be popping, but I'm going to go Milwaukee. I think Giannis is going to turn it up to 11. And I don't see anybody on the Knicks even coming close to stopping Giannis and or Dame.
Give me... I want to take the Knicks.
No, you don't.
I want to take the Knicks. It's going to be the Bucks, though. Mm-hmm. Give me the Bucks to move on and play Boston. But on the other side, this game's going to be electric. I assume the Lakers would host. Oh, no, this is going to be in Vegas at this point.
Yeah, you get to the...
Yeah. So
you'd have what? Bucks, Lakers?
No, this is still in the second round of the bracket play.
Yeah.
So you'd have Lakers, Kings. Because they would be matched up. The West and the East are on two different sides.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's all the groups in the West and then the groups in the East, like the playoffs.
Okay.
So in this semifinal, we'll have Lakers hosting, or not hosting, a neutral site. Lakers and Kings.
Okay. Kings.
You're going the Kings?
So mine would be Pels. Lakers Pels.
Yeah, yours would be Pels.
So I'd still go Pels, I think. Or no, mine would be, I wouldn't have the Lakers.
Maybe Suns.
Yeah, mine would be Suns Pels, so Suns.
So mine would be Kings Lakers. I'm going to go... I'm going to go the Lakers. They're just going to win that game.
Okay.
They're just going to win that game.
I think you're giving the Lakers too much credit. The Lakers, suck.
I know. But they're just...
The Lakers don't beat good teams.
They were undefeated in the end-season tournament games. They're just going to win this fucking game against the Kings somehow.
Okay.
Then, for me, I have Bucks and Celtics. We all have Bucks and Celtics.
Revenge game for J. Rue. They were talking. They're like, he's like, I'm going to be a Buck forever. Nah. Now you're going to have to get this to work. I'm taking us, obviously.
Yeah.
I still think we're the better team. I think we have more pieces around us. I think we have a lot more scores. We're going to collapse on fucking Giannis. KP's going to be on Giannis.
I'm going to go Bucks in just this one game scenario.
I just want to be different so bad.
I think the Bucks are going to win this. And then I have Bucks and Lakers.
So mine would be Celtics, Suns.
Yeah.
Which could be a finals matchup.
Yeah.
And I got us winning.
I'm going to go...
Bucks, Suns.
Finals rematch.
Finals rematch, I think we just lose again. To the Bucks.
I'm going to have the Bucks winning the in-season tournament.
Yeah, me too.
I think Giannis and Dame are playing at a really, really high level right now, and then you're going to have the Celtics winning the in-season tournament. I can't wait for the bracket play.
That's crazy.
I can't wait for the bracket play.
Be fun.
I can't wait for it.
It'll be very fun.
Starts next Monday and Tuesday. But now that we have got through the end-season predictions, we're a month into the season now, a little bit over that. What are some teams that need to just look in the mirror?
It's obviously the bad teams, fucking Wizards. They gotta be what? What went wrong? Even the Wizards, Grizzlies. I still think they need to look, be what the fuck is going on? Pistons for sure. Isaac had the Pistons as a play-in team.
Yeah,
that's not gonna happen.
2-16.
That's not happening.
They have lost 15 straight games.
They lost to the Wizards last night?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Spurs have lost 12 straight.
The Spurs,
I'm not going to say shit about the Spurs because
no.
they got Wemby.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to say shit either. They're not a team that needs to just be okay, we need to make the play-in. No, I don't think so.
A team that I'm going to say is the Hawks.
They need to look themselves in the mirror.
They're 8-9 currently, the 11th seed in the East, and then like you're looking at this team. You got Quinn Snyder. I was very high on this Hawks team. I had them as a top 5, top 6 team, easily making the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like at some point, when is it just all gonna get put together?
Never.
Like, when is it all gonna work and everything else right now? And like we have some trade candidates just from like teams that we are seeing and a bunch of rumors and shit like that to talk about after we get out of this topic. But when is it gonna click and work for Atlanta? And they need to look themselves in the mirror, like what? Like, is it a trade that needs to happen? Because like they have the talent,
mm-hmm.
and I feel like the pieces fit. It's just like I don't think defensively they have enough. If I were to go look at this team and like, all right, what's the problem? We're gonna break down the problem. I think it's Clint Capella.
Yeah, they needed to get rid of him.
I think it's Clint Capella. I think here's the scenario: if you swapped Mitch Robb and Clint Capella, I think the Hawks get significantly better.
Yeah.
Defensively, I think that's the problem.
I think they could just get rid of him and just start Onyeka. Like I don't know. Like Onyeka just needs to be your starter. He doesn't need to be coming off the bench. He's proved that he can like play with the starters. Mm-hmm. Like he helped. He's like I don't know. He's probably faster than Cardio Capella. Like he just be running. He'll run a lot more. Like he'll just do more. Like he's younger. Like I don't know. Just put like Capella. Let him go into like the buyout market or something, or trade him for something. Like I think
somebody will trade for him.
That's what I mean. Like I think someone will go get him. So what's the point of keeping him? Like, and I don't know. DeAndre Hunter's still there. He's doing all right. Like Jalen Johnson's kind of becoming something, which is good. Like, and like DeJounte just like
he's so hit or miss.
That's what I mean. Like you kind of like I don't know. I still don't think him and DeJounte gel well. Like I think they need to get some. Bogey could even potentially start. Put DeJounte on the bench.
No,
you don't. But like, he'd help him a lot on the bench. But I think you could move on from DeJounte like already.
I think there's still a working out process to go through it. I definitely think that
is this their second season together?
Yeah, you could definitely do better splitting up the minutes between the two. But
I think they try because I see like Trae Young, he'll be playing like the first 5 minutes of the game. And then he'll come out, and then like he'll come in with all the bums and everything, which is like that's what Jokic does. Like the stars, they come in with the bums because they have someone out there. So the Hawks are very, very a super hit or miss team.
But not saying looking in the mirror has to be all bad.
No,
looking in the mirror can mean good things too. Yeah. That's why I'm thinking about the Houston Rockets.
Rockets are decent. I mean,
Rockets are frisky. They have yet to win a road game.
Okay,
but they're 8-8.
8-8.
8-8. You could look at this Rockets team before the season and be like, man, it's really going to be the Rockets that's the 15 seed.
Well, no, I wouldn't put them as like the worst team in the league. Like I would have never put them like they have the pieces. The Rockets like 2 years, man. Holy shit! Like they're gonna be there. Like you got Fred VanVleet. He's actually been really good for them. Like he's actually becoming. He's not doing what I thought he was going to do. Like, go out there, try to get his 30 and whatever. He's actually being, like, a point guard. Yeah. He's averaging, like, almost... Like, he's getting, like, 9-8 assists a game. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what they need. Like, you have your guys. Like, Thompson, he's playing really good off the bench. Dylan Brooks still makes no fucking sense on the Rockets. But, like, sure. Like, he's there for defense. Like, he can play the 4 if you really need him to and everything. Like, Sengun... Jesus Christ. Like, you didn't know he was going to become what he is now.
Yeah.
And this literally baby Jokic, he does it he's actually putting up better stats than Jokic, which is really crazy to see. But, I mean, he's on worst teammates. But Jalen Green, still doing good. Who they got? Jabari Smith, he's actually doing really good as well. Very good three-point shooter for how big he is. So I think I never thought the Rockets were going to be the worst team in the league. I thought they were going to be like somewhat decent. They're a futures team.
I think just having Ime changes a lot that what is going on with this team. I feel like they have a real structure. Mm-hmm. They're building a real culture now. And I think Fred VanVleet's been the main thing. Like, just having a steady ball handling point guard to help.
Yeah, because Jalen Green being your point guard last season, him and like when KPJ was there, like they're not actual point guards. No. Like Jalen Green can like handle the ball and everything, like, but he's not distributing and everything. Like Fred VanVleet can distribute.
Mm-hmm. Any other teams that look in the mirror where you're shocked or surprised of where they are?
Actually, the Bucks.
I
think they need to get a fucking grip.
I mean, they're 13-5. 1-3 straight.
But the losses that they have are just fucking pathetic. Like, and they're giving up a lot of points. Their defense looks really bad. Like, there's a couple games in there where didn't they get blown out by like the Blazers? They were down 26 to the Blazers.
They came back and won.
I don't give a fuck. Why are we down by 26 to the Blazers? Why are we even in that situation to begin with?
At home.
At home. Like, why are we even... That was like an afternoon game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just very confusing. I think that they need to, like, just get it going a lot more. They're starting to find their groove a little bit now. But in the beginning, like, it was getting scary.
I think they're a team that is waiting to make that trade to kind of boost up the defense.
They got to get Alex Caruso. Go save him.
Like I said, Alex Caruso would be the perfect fit on the Bucks to that point of attack defender. And then you bring Malik Beasley off the bench to be that spark. But I kind of assumed, like, when the trade happened, coming into the season, I always said that what's the defense going to look like? Because you don't just not take any hit defensively. And
losing Jrue
Holiday.
Holiday.
But I feel like they're hitting their stride now. I mean, they're in the season tournament. I feel like this is a huge thing that's going to be going on in the NBA for a long time where, like, this is the year the teams on the outside are going to see it. Be like, we wish we should have been trying harder to get there and shit like that. But Bucks, I'm less worried on the Bucks now because even with all the defensive problems, if you have Dame and Giannis going off like they are and playing the way they are...
Yeah, they just started to find their stretch.
They're finding their stretch.
Like their whatever, you know.
Their groove, and I feel like they're going to be a big team to go make a trade just for more depth and pieces like that. But I don't know, these other teams that, like, obviously not trying to really focus on the bad teams. I mean, OKC, a lot of people expected OKC to be there.
I'm going to focus on a bad team. I'm going to focus on the Detroit Pistons. Because I've watched too much Detroit Piston basketball this year.
They're bad.
And they look like so much worse than advertised even. Like Monty Williams, fuck, I don't know how long that contract is, but
it's
he
like
looks
7
like
years.
He don't want to be there.
It's 7 years.
They have 2 wins. Like, it might be worse than advertised.
It is, bro. I did watch that game versus the Wizards because I put some money on it.
Oh my god!
And just to be funny, I watched it. And like, it looks like they're not even like really running an offense, bro. Like, they're just like a lot of plays are just being thrown around.
Probably.
When Jalen Duren plays, he like is kind of reminding me of Ayton. Like, he's either showing up or he's just not doing shit. All-Star Thompson's looking really good, but like sometimes he goes out and shoots like 5 threes. That motherfucker got nothing from 3. He got nothing.
No bag.
No bag. For some reason they're playing James Wiseman over fucking Marvin Bagley.
Oh, their minutes split is so weird.
Yeah.
Like, I saw it on Twitter. It was like they had like 4 people off their bench playing like 20 minutes.
Like, Alec Burks is playing like 25 minutes.
Yeah, and then their one rookie's playing a lot. I can't think of his name. The guy you said was pretty good.
All-Star?
Yeah. No. The other. You said some other kid was doing really good.
Jalen Duren?
There's another one.
Marcus Sasser?
Yeah, that dude.
Yeah.
Oh, Marcus
he's
Sasser.
playing a lot.
Really
Yeah. But
he was doing good early.
Here's my thing with Detroit. They don't have a team built and constructed around Cade. They have a lot of people that are just flyers on Detroit right now. Like, they don't have Bogdanovich, who I want to say was supposed to play tonight by the time we're recording this, or their next game. So he averaged 20 for them last year. He's not playing, and he's their best shooter they have on the roster.
Joe Harris ain't playing either.
Joe Harris isn't playing. They have no spacing around Cade.
Cade trying to beat Devin Booker so bad. He's trying to beat Devin Booker so bad. You can't do it.
There's just nothing, but look what he's given. Look what he has no other, and then like Monty Williams is barely playing Jaden Ivey, it feels like.
He's starting.
Yeah, he is.
He's starting now.
He fouled out.
Last game was like his first game starting.
Yeah, he fouled out against the Lakers.
They're just there's in purgatory, man.
Isaiah Stewart is taking way too many threes a game.
He took 7 last night. He made 3 of them.
Somebody got to space the floor.
He did.
Someone got to space the floor. If you're gonna play Isaiah Stewart and Jalen Duren at the same time, like, one of them got to learn a 3.
The only people on this roster that I'm looking at, and I'm looking at the actual future with Cade, because
it's Cade, Thompson,
and then Duren.
And
looks really
and
good.
Duren.
He cannot shoot.
It's just his offensive game is
defensively, he looks insane.
He's a crazy rebounder too.
Yeah.
Yes, and rebound, he looks insane.
Detroit's gonna get a lot of calls.
Some of the shit I see.
They're gonna get a lot of calls at the deadline because like Alec Burks is a bucket off your bench that can go play a lot of different places. Bogdanovich, I never thought Bogdanovich was worth 2 first-round picks, and he's definitely not worth that now coming off of injury. Isaiah Stewart's a frisky big that you can bring off your bench that I feel like doesn't really fit at that 4 spot. Wiseman and Bagley, pick and choose whoever, whatever you want to do with that.
I think they're just having like too many cooks in the kitchen right now. Like they have too many people. Like it's just you got to go.
Does not need to be here.
Yeah, like why he doesn't fit your timeline? Like why is Alec Burks there? Like even Bogdanovich, like why is he there?
Because they thought they had an opportunity to get 2 first-round picks for him, and they didn't trade them all last year. Was it to the
Lakers? Yes. I swear to God, it was.
And it was to other teams too, but like they didn't trade him. They held their cards, and then like now he's coming off injury, older, lost value. They fucked up there. You paid Joe Harris, which at the time was a good signing, but at this point you're so bad, so you're like a contender's gonna call for Joe Harris, a sharpshooter off your bench.
Back to the Nets.
Nah,
I was just watching the game. I'm like, how are you guys losing to the Wizards by more than 10? And Kuzma got like 12 points. It's not like he balling out.
And Poole ain't hitting his points, bro.
No, that was the night he tried to do the little fucking underhand.
He got blocked. They said Jordan Poole's the most unserious player in the league.
Oh my God.
What did they do to your king?
We'll talk about it.
Man.
We'll talk about it. But, yeah, Detroit, they're historically bad. I mean, they're just
bad.
If you combine the Pistons and the Wizards.
Ooh. Now we got now we're talking.
That's 35.
So you got
Cade,
JP.
Yep. Probably Thompson. Kuz.
And then Gafford?
Duren.
I'd go Gafford. I'd probably go Gafford. I think Gafford's probably better than Duren right now.
You know what's crazy?
Your bench is kind of crazy.
You know what's crazy?
Huh?
They still where they at.
Oh, hell yeah, they are. That team is still ass.
That team is still bad.
It's like, okay, it's bad, but it's not like bad. It's not like 2 wins bad. They're probably like 7, 8 wins.
That roster's still probably up. That roster is still below Chicago.
Cade would have shooters around him. Like,
I don't know. We're talking about the Pistons way too long.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Pistons way too long.
Yeah, way too long.
But we're kind of into this point in the season where we kind of figure out where teams are. And I have a list of names of the top possible trade candidates going into the deadline because it's getting close. December 15th is when all the people that got signed can be traded. And then January 15th is all the people that got extensions can be traded.
Okay.
So we're about 2 weeks away from that, and I feel like we're going to start seeing movement around that time. But kind of going over these players, what's the best fit? Not talking trade packages or anything else. Like, where would you want to see this player? We can start out with the bottom, going to the top. Malcom Brogdon.
He might just stay.
You think he'll stay?
It doesn't matter.
I don't care. He might just stay. Like, there's nowhere that, like, what, the Nets?
No.
Like, nowhere else makes sense. Like, he's not going to come back to us.
No.
He's not, Indiana? Go back to Indiana?
I think Miami.
You could say Miami for every person on this list.
I think Miami's realistic for Brogdon. Somebody who fits.
Backup point, or not even a backup. He fucking start.
So you have Brogdon, Hero, Butler, Bam, and then
whoever else you want.
Whoever you want to put there. I like that better. That fit for Malcom. That was my favorite pick. Looking at it, is Miami.
Okay, he could go back to the Bucks.
Could, because I feel like Portland. That's such a buy low spot for contenders because they would just want draft capital.
Yeah.
So I think Malcom Brogdon could be an interesting name, especially on a contending like him with Miami. I feel like Miami's already good enough, but like you add him to Miami, like he seems like somebody who fits that culture and everything else like that. And he's somebody they need because Kyle Lowry at this point in time, he's more of a backup role than somebody you want to start.
Well, you know he ain't going to the Clippers.
No. Interesting. This would have to happen after January. Another Portland Trailblazers, Jerami Grant.
I think he'll stay. He just signed a fucking bag.
I don't think he'll stay though.
Why would he leave?
Somebody's gonna want Jerami Grant.
But why would they trade him? Is what I'm saying.
He doesn't fit with their timeline.
Then why did they sign him?
Oh, they signed him before they traded Dame type shit.
I think they're gonna keep him.
Think they're gonna keep
Brogdon's him? more movable than Jerami Grant is.
I think
Brogdon's just getting his trade value up right now.
Yeah.
And speaking of Jerami Grant, he's like 0 for 5 right now. So
I got his under.
Yeah, I know. I looked at it. He has like 2 assists and 2 rebounds, but I don't think he'll move.
I'm trying to think of the best fits for these players if they were to get moved. I think this is it for the Hawks. I think the Hawks added him with DeJounte and Trae Young.
Yeah,
I think it's a better fit.
Do they even have the fucking cap space?
Yeah.
They'd have to get rid of Capella.
Yeah, and then you have Onyeka.
But then why the fuck would Capella be at?
No, they wouldn't move Capella. I think they would move DeAndre Hunter and probably Capella to 13 to make money work.
Yeah.
I think that would be the best interest for both teams. Portland gets DeAndre Hunter, somebody who's way more their timeline, somebody who they need compared to Jerami Grant. Jerami Grant is what the Hawks need. The Hawks need a third guy, a third star to kind of
be with
them. Who?
John Collins.
Stop.
What?
Stop.
Dude.
Stop.
John Collins was like... They just never made it work with John Collins.
John Collins was in trade allegations for years.
Yep, he finally beat him.
Yep. Next name, Kyle Kuzma. I think I think
he'll also stay.
Really?
I think he'll also... He actually just signed a bag with the Wizards. So I think he will stay.
But him on Dallas though?
If these people...
On Dallas though?
I think if these people that you're naming were to be traded, they would have been traded in the offseason. And probably not now. Now doesn't really make any sense. Like, they're not just going to sign them to just get rid of them. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, the Washington's way worse than expected.
I know, but, like, you don't...
But you're not doing anything with Kyle Kuzma right now.
He's just playing.
Yeah, but, like...
He's supposed to be part of your future.
Yeah, but teams are going to call for him. Because you're so bad.
But I don't think you just give in and just fucking trade him. Like, yeah, it would be cool. Most of these used to be like, all right, it would be cool to see these people traded. But realistically, I don't think they will be.
So if the Mavs called you...
For Kuzma.
And they gave you first-round pick, Jaden Hardy.
Fuck am I going to do with Jaden Hardy?
He's a young up-and-coming guard who needs an opportunity to play.
We have hella guards.
No. You have... Because somebody go come get Tyus Jones.
We're not giving up our whole team. They signed these people for a reason. No, yeah, I get they're bad, but you can't just tank every season.
Yeah, but teams are going to call for these players because they're so bad.
So then we're like... Then you go into like the next season and you're like, all right, so are we trading Jordan Poole because we're bad again?
They might
like, oh, no shit, we're bad because we keep getting rid of all these players.
They might try to trade Jordan Poole.
I think... Yes, would it be cool to see him on like Dallas? Yes, he would help them a lot. But realistically, I think he's going to stay on the Wizards.
I looked up a BR article. These are all the topper names that were on it. That's why these names are
I don't know why. This doesn't make any sense.
But Kuzma on Dallas.
This ain't 2K. We ain't just trading motherfuckers.
Kuzma on Dallas.
Yeah, it would be awesome. They would be their offense would spark a lot. But then, so what's your starting lineup? Luka, Kyrie, Grant, Hardaway? Kuzma and not Livers, fucking Lively.
Then you have
Hardaway,
Kleber.
Hardy.
Whoever
they're playing fucking. What's his face is getting minutes.
Josh Green.
What's his name? Is he still there? Maybe not. Exum? Dante Exum?
Yeah.
Is he on the Mavs?
Yeah.
He's getting minutes. Yeah. He's getting minutes.
Next name, who's been in trade? Is
this a real person that's been in trade talks?
Yes. All the names upward are guys in trade talks for real. OG Anunoby.
Okay, yes, this makes sense now. It was the Grizzlies. It was always the Grizzlies. But now it's probably... Actually, it still could be the Grizzlies.
The most fire thing that the Grizzlies could ever have did is when they could have got Mikal Bridges on that team.
Yeah.
For 3 first-round picks. You don't know how fast I would have gave up them first-round picks.
I think the Grizzlies makes the most sense. Right, I think Grizzlies makes most sense because like they got Zaire Williams starting at the 3 right now, and you lost Dylan Brooks just because you didn't want to re-sign him, which I mean I wouldn't have either. So I think they need a 3. I'm trusting OG Anunoby a lot more than fucking Zaire Williams. Even if you have to trade Zaire Williams to the Raptors, like just fucking take him.
I don't think OG Anunoby's worth what they try to get.
The Raptors need to get rid of. They got too many cooks in the kitchen. Like you gotta. What is the problem with starting Gary Trent? There really isn't.
No.
So you can run like you get rid of OG Anunoby. So now Scotty's the true 3. Then you have Pascal and Jakob. What is wrong with that? Then you have your guys off the bench. Grady Dick and Malachi Flynn can all come off the bench and everything. Like I think they need to try to get as much as they can from either a Pascal or OG.
I think they're crazy because they were asking like 3 first-round picks for
for OG.
I was like
3 first-round picks for Pascal makes sense.
yes, but I don't think OG is
2.
worth.
You get two in a second.
Yeah, I think that's way, especially if the Grizzlies can throw in a player.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Grizzlies fit.
Give him like fucking David Roddy or something.
I thought possibly, but I just don't think they're the kind of team that's going to make this move. I think the Kings.
Probably not, no.
Because the only person I think they would trade is Harrison Barnes, and they do have draft capital to make it
Harrison
work.
Barnes that'd be like a buyout situation. I feel like Harrison Barnes wouldn't stay on the 6.
Oh, no.
Like, I was say in the 6.
But if they were to move anybody, they have draft capital. They have Harrison Barnes.
For some reason, they still have him.
Like, because they had all that cap space, and you thought they were going to get a Kuzma or something, but they didn't. They saved Pat, which they're a team that were like, they want to keep their guys type shit. But, like, if you were to have a lineup of Fox, Cuter, OG,
oh yeah,
Keegan,
the team would
Sabonis,
be great. That'd be a really defensive team.
Yeah.
And then you still have Malik Monk off the bench. And
he would be their guy to where your best player, OG, on him. Like,
and it's awesome because like, be like, okay, the bench is coming in. Be like, Sabonis and Fox, go get your rest.
Yeah.
And then you got OG and Monk and even Kevin Huter out there,
Yeah.
maybe like just getting minutes and like while they're resting.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. But I think a realistic one would be the Grizzlies.
You think the Grizzlies? I think the Grizzlies are in dire need.
I think they're gonna have to do something. They're gonna fall out pack if when Ja comes back, he's gonna be like, what happened?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, what the fuck?
Guys, why do we have 5 wins?
Yeah.
The season's over.
Trying to think if there's a better fit than the Grizzlies. I mean,
Like the Pacers. They don't,
Yeah,
they don't really have a 3.
Pacers ain't terrible.
Pacers aren't bad because the Pacers just have hella
They
assets
don't,
to
like
use.
him on the Pacers would be crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, okay. Now I'm thinking of like some trades in my head. I'm like, give him Buddy Hield or something. Buddy Hield can like come off the bench for them.
Some on the Hawks bad?
DeAndre Hunter could get moved.
That's a terrible one, actually.
All right, bet.
Then you have, God, then you're so much better defense. Then you have full defensive capabilities around Trae Young.
Yeah.
DeAndre Hunter is not a bad defender at all, but OG Anunoby.
I mean, what jersey would he look fire in? Like, he looked good in the Celtics
The
uni.
Kings would be crazy. Like, Kings alternate thing about that.
All right, so how do we break the league again? I mean, Peyton Pritchard. That's a good trade haul right there. I mean,
I think a sleeper team could be the Knicks, depending on what you give up for.
what do you mean? They have RJ Barrett.
I'm just saying you could add OG Anunoby. But
I think I like RJ Barrett. I think I'm an RJ Barrett fan.
But top team is going to be Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
Sleeper team is the Kings and the Pacers. Next name is actually like a role player, but he has significant value. We've talked about him on previous episodes. Is Alex Caruso.
Bucks. I mean, Bucks just makes the most sense. Like, they need him the most out of everybody.
Yeah.
Like, because their defense has been so suspect all year. And, like, I don't know nowhere else. Like, if he wanted to go back to the Lakers, I guess he could.
The Lakers can't afford him right
But,
now.
yeah, Lakers can't afford him. Like, I don't even know. You don't want to ruin what, like, the Magic have. Like, the Knicks doesn't really make any sense.
I think the
Hawks makes no sense.
The 3 teams I came up with was the Bucks. I think that's number 1.
Mm-hmm.
76ers, if they were to get him. He fits perfectly into that rotation. And then another team I have, just because I know we were previously interested in Caruso before he even went to the Bulls, was the Warriors.
Y'all not getting Caruso.
Who, if we got Caruso, and Caruso's on probably the best contract in the NBA. He's 2 years left. He's making total of $18 million over the next 2 years.
That's pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
About $9 million a year.
So, I mean, those are my 3 teams that I
He
thought
can
of.
fit like in a lot of spots.
Yes. He can fit on any contending team. Next player is DeMar DeRozan.
Nowhere.
I know you're a DeMar DeRozan
Retirement.
hater. You're a DeMar DeRozan hater.
Not even. Just like, he gonna go to these teams and just ruin them.
No.
Because he's gonna expect touches and then just not get them. Like, he needs to just, I think it's time to hang it up.
No.
Or he just stays on the Bulls.
Well, they did say before they move anything else with their team, Zach Lavine is the first domino to fall in that.
Yeah.
And we'll get to his name. But for DeMar, a team that just could... I mean...
Like the Lakers is the only one that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Ew, dude. Like, that That's just like a whole Russell Westbrook situation. Like, just going to get him just because.
Yeah, but Russell's the point guard. Like, this is a point
This
where,
is still a guy who's who still wants fucking his touches, man.
Oh, he's going to get
He's still trying to average 25, but that's what the Lakers need. The Lakers need somebody that, because I'm sorry. They needed Russ. Look how that turned out.
No. DeMar DeRozan and Russ, two whole different players.
Oh, yeah, but, like, it's still, I think they would just go get him. Like,
I don't think it would be that bad of a fit at all, because
he can go to New York.
Because, like, they need...
Like, he can go to New York. He can go to the Kings.
No.
Sure.
I just like the fit in the Lakers, because...
He needs to just pack it up.
Because the Lakers need somebody else that can score. They just need somebody else that can score the ball.
Yes.
DeMar can't even score.
Like, I don't think D'Lo should be...
He ain't even averaging 20 points.
That's scary.
He's not even averaging 20 points.
He's out. You're a hater.
Yeah,
You're a DeMar DeRozan hater.
This is hate. No,
this is just hate. This is just hate.
Ruins teams, dude.
How?
Like, he's just not like him, dude. Like, he's like so... Like, get his fucking wheelchair out there. Like, it's like the reason the Bulls are so bad. Like, I think it's just him.
It's not him.
I think if you, like, plucked him... If you just plucked him out and put anybody else in there, like, they just do better.
Stop.
Like, you tell me you put OG in there instead of DeMar, they're just not winning games.
You think RJ goes in there, they win?
RJ might average 30 on the Bulls, just because they're just going to let him do whatever he wants.
The dick eating is crazy.
He might average 30. You know what? He'd look good in a Celtics uniform, low-key.
So are you a Drew Holiday fan?
Hell yeah, I'm a Drew Holiday fan.
Is it time for him to get out the wheelchair?
Drew Holiday's actually good. What do you mean?
Is it time? Because he's a year younger.
Yeah.
I don't.
He also isn't supposed to be the main scorer on a team.
I'm sorry the Bulls are bad.
He's not supposed to be the main scorer.
But you're telling me...
And he's the point guard.
If you put DeMar DeRozan with LeBron James and Anthony Davis...
I'm just saying it'd be
like... A team that needs a third guy.
I think it would be like the same, like... It'd be like the same them getting Carmelo. Remember when they got Carmelo?
No. I think this is crazy.
I think DeMar needed to go into the Carmelo, like, area. Just start coming off the bench.
Nick, do you think this is crazy?
It is a little crazy.
Little crazy.
Was it crazy when you said the Bulls were going to, like, make the play-in? Or make the playoffs?
I had them as a 10 seed.
And then you're like...
I'm sorry.
And then you're like, but like any team with DeMar DeRozan, like, going to be good. Like, what happened?
I'm sorry.
Now your king is, like, bringing the Bulls down.
Don't call him my king. The Bulls are just bad. Don't call him my king.
Javon Carter couldn't save the Bulls.
If you put DeMar DeRozan on the Lakers, he would be just fine. He's exactly what they need. It's another scorer. Because I'm sorry, D'Lo being your third option ain't good enough.
Fucking just up 30 last night.
Against Detroit, who ain't won in a month.
And? That's Kate Cunningham has good defense.
And then I'm sorry, the guy you paid, Austin Reeves.
He's off the bench.
White boy of the year? Yeah, because he's not the third guy. They don't have a third guy.
He's off the bench.
They don't have a third guy.
They're not gonna move. They're not gonna trade for anybody. They're gonna get Buddy Hield finally.
No.
They're gonna finally go get him.
They're gonna make a move for somebody. But... The DeMar DeRozan hate is fucking crazy.
He's just bad.
Oh my god.
I might name 30 people better than DeMar DeRozan.
At this point in his career, yes, you could.
Yeah. He's bad. Why would you trade
for him? So you're saying somebody just because he ain't top 30, he bad?
He's bad. He's pretty... I might name 50 then, if you really want me to.
The hatred, Nick. Next name, Pascel Siakam.
Nowhere.
You don't think
I think he should just stay, actually.
If
they get rid of OG, then he should stay. They got to pick. Who they getting rid of? So in this scenario, we'll say they just keep OG.
Sure.
Okay, so what? Who the fuck makes sense?
The Hawks have been monitoring him for like the past.
Because the Hawks just need a power forward. They're like the only team in the league who just needs a power forward. Because they traded their power forward.
You had to trade him.
Bro, send him to like roast in like Charlotte or something.
Like, no, don't do that.
No.
Why?
No.
Pascel Siakam blows DeMar DeRozan out of the water, dude.
They can work next year.
There's like nowhere else that makes any sense.
There is. Hold on.
Where? I don't know. Like, no contender, like really good team, I don't think.
If Dallas traded for him.
They have Grant. You might as well just keep him at the 4.
No.
Then who moving to the bench?
Fuck everything up.
Grant
Williams
is Grant
coming
moving
off
to the bench?
Yes.
He signed there to be the starter.
No, he's coming off the fucking bench.
He's hooping.
This is Pascel Siakam.
Grant Williams is doing good.
Your fandom shows like fucking crazy.
What do you mean?
This is Pascel Siakam. You're talking Jerami Williams can't coming off this fucking bench for Pascel Siakam.
I just don't think they'll do it. I think he should. No, because you name these people, and I'm just like, they'll just stay. Like, I just can't see Pascel Siakam just getting traded. Like,
send him to the Pistons.
why? Like, why would they do that?
Because they need that forward. You guys
might as well just send him to the fucking Suns. Make a fucking super team.
No.
He can come to the Warriors.
He ain't going to the Warriors.
He can come to the Warriors.
No. That won't work.
But then I say he come to the Celtics, I'm the bad guy.
Yes, nigga, yes.
Yes,
like,
bro.
Yes.
Stop sports.
I mean, DeMar look good in a Celtics uniform. He come off the bench.
And then, all right. Last name is Zach Lavine.
Sixers. Is that too much?
The Lakers again.
No, he's not going to the Lakers.
I like Indy.
Zach Lavine to the Lakers makes no fucking sense.
Indiana
makes
crazy.
all the sense.
It makes no sense. They don't need him. They don't need another ball dominant guy. That
They need
dominant.
someone to
I'm gonna say
score.
that dominant.
They
Like
need
that's
someone to score.
Zach Lavine better take his 28 points a game ass back to fucking 19 now if he goes to the Lakers.
Why? Zach Lavine will be the third option on that team. That's perfect.
Third option. Zach Lavine ain't no third option.
Where do you think Zach Lavine
Zach Lavine the
is?
second option. He better than DeMar.
He's better than DeMar. You put a shooter like that with LeBron.
Shooter like that.
Zach
He in
Lavine can shoot the
everything.
fuck out
He
of
in
balls.
everything.
Shooter.
He in everything player. He need to go to where he need to go. He might not go nowhere. Put him on the Sixers. Sixers makes the most sense.
I think Lakers makes more sense than Sixers.
How?
The Lakers need scoring.
The Sixers need more.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
The Sixers are just fine.
They just got beat the fuck up without Embiid.
Oh, yeah, because he didn't have fucking Embiid. Look what you just said.
They had Zach Lavine. They win that game.
Shut the fuck up. You just talking now.
Whatever,
You
man.
just talking. The hatred you have towards Chicago.
Who?
Just Chicago.
I'm a Bears fan.
No, just the hatred. Don't act like you ain't never said bad things about your team.
Well, everybody has.
Hatred around the city of Chicago.
It's because they just do everything wrong.
Oh, my God.
And they will always do everything wrong.
And then when we say he fits well with the Lakers, we the bad guys.
He don't fit well anywhere.
Oh, my God.
That's the point.
The hatred. Nick, are
It's
you
just
hearing
DeMar at this
Send him
point.
to San Antonio.
Sure. That's what I did in my rebuild. And it's working out good for me. Dude averaged like 30 points.
this? Man. All right. I get it.
I just think half the names that you named just won't get traded. That's just what I think. Like,
I just got him off of article.
That's just what I think. Like Pascal's probably not going to get traded. OG, he could, probably won't. Is DeMar just going to get traded? Probably not. No. That's just how I look at it.
The hatred.
That's just how I look
What
at it.
happened to you and DeMar DeRozan? What did he do to you?
Nothing.
What
He's
did he
just-
do to you?
I don't know. You got me heated about the Bulls when you said they were going to be like decent. And like me and Isaac were just like, Bulls are going to be fucking terrible.
Yeah,
Like, why do you say that?
This is you looking at Isaac. And then all of a sudden, Isaac, I think the Pistons are going to be in the play-in. Look at them now.
I think the Pistons had more of a chance than the Bulls, but obviously not now. Fuck.
But we have two topics to wrap up this episode. One thing that forgot to go over in the info pod is who do you think, like, this out of all the teams, the most confusing team to you?
Oh, God. I don't know. Confusing? Like, confusing how? Like, they're not good enough? Or, like, confusing why they're doing what they're doing?
Either way. It could be a confusing reason of why they're bad, a confusing reason of why they're good and why shit's working.
Let me look at the standings, because I sent them last night.
I would say...
So I could just look at the teams. Oh, that's the wrong chat.
Confusing. I mean, the Clippers are confusing me.
The
But, like,
Nets
we
are
gotta
kind of
figure out what we're doing
confusing.
with this weird rotation.
I don't know what they are. If you told me to describe the Nets, I would say I don't know. That's basically...
They kind of just have Mikal
They're just there.
Yeah.
They're 9-8. Like, they're gonna finish in the play-in probably.
Yeah.
Like, that's for the East, I'd say. Like,
Because that's who I had as mine. Like, Golden State just has a fan who's confusing.
yeah,
The Clippers are
are confusing. The Wolves are confusing just
a
on
good
why
way.
they're so
In a good
good.
way,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, they're just like, okay, why are the Wolves the first in the West right now?
13-4. They're sitting on defense. Like, another confusing team.
Thunder.
Toronto.
But I think people thought the Thunder were gonna be good.
Toronto. Just because, like...
Toronto's always confusing.
They're in purgatory right now.
They'll probably finish in the play-in as well.
Orlando, a little bit. 8-game win streak.
I think the Heat probably get out of the play-in this year.
I think the Heat get into the playoffs this year.
Yeah, they'll probably get like a 6. I think they'll be 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And then
Depending
Cavs.
on... Because Orlando's just kind of...
I think your plan is probably going to be like Pacers, Nets, Hawks, Raptors in like no order. That'll be like your random. And then you got like the Heat and the Cavs will probably make it. The Knicks will be in there.
Could, yeah.
The Magic could fall off. It's very possible.
It is very possible.
Will they? Probably not. But I think that will fall. They'll fall a little bit. Mm-hmm. Like they won't. They ain't gonna be the 2 seed the whole fucking year.
Yeah. This kind of get us into like the NBA in or out, because that was my first thing on there. Is, are you in or out on the Magic being a playoff team?
I'm in.
You're in.
Magic Rider. I love Franz. Franz has been. He was really good coming out of fucking Michigan.
Yeah.
I say because him and Mo went to Michigan. Mo's even doing really good off the bench for them. Like, I don't know. When they get Wendell Carter back, like things are up. Things are up in Orlando. Like Paolo's playing like he can play. This proves like he's been playing like decently bad, but they're still winning. Mm-hmm. Like they're like beating the shit out of these teams. So it proves that like everybody around them is doing really good. I thought they'd have a point guard problem like with Suggs and Cole Anthony and Black and Fultz, but Fultz is hurt, so it's just kind of helping them because they're like, oh, we don't have to play him. And then Black's getting like bench minutes, and Suggs is doing really good. Cole Anthony's doing really good. Mm-hmm. Goga is starting at center for some reason, and he's just doing fine. Like, I don't know. I think they're just chilling. Is Jonathan Isaac still there?
Yeah.
Is he playing?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing fine.
In or out every other day, though.
Yeah, I think I'm in. I'm in on them.
I'm also in, just because the reason they're winning is not so much just like fluky shit. Mm-hmm. The reason they're as good as they are right now is just because of their defense in general.
They're just doing good.
They're just defensively, they've been stout. Jalen Suggs has been a monster on defense. He's really kind of formed into like that Alex Caruso kind of defender where he's just getting up under you. He's been being physical. He's super athletic of a guard, and he's really found his like niche with like the Magic and like how he's gonna get his playing time. But I'm in. I think it's like you said, does mean a lot. Where like it's not Paolo just having like he just averaged 30 this month type of thing. It's more so it's a team success kind of thing. And I think
the team is eating.
Yes, you can manage that kind of success throughout an entire season. But another in or out was. It's because up for debate now. Chet winning Rookie of the Year.
I think I had him winning Rookie of the Year in our predictions. I either had him or Wemby.
I'm also in.
I mean, I think everybody knew it was gonna be one of them.
It does suck that
Scoot is doing so fucking bad.
No, not that. It sucks because when you're looking at OKC compared to the Spurs, like OKC's just on a completely different level.
Well, if he stays healthy and the OKC ends up making like the playoffs, like he's gonna get it.
Yeah.
Like I think he's gonna have better stats than Wemby, like across the board. Mm-hmm. Like maybe blocks is like the one Wemby will have.
Yeah.
But I think the Spurs are just gonna do bad.
Yeah. The Spurs and Thunder are in two completely different spots right now. But I'm completely in on Chet winning Rookie of the Year. In or out on the Heat being a contender this year?
Out.
You're out?
Like, contender to win the whole thing?
Yes.
Out.
A contender to make the finals?
Out.
In the East?
I will be out.
I'm going to be in just because, like, they still got Jimmy Butler, man. Still got the same piece.
I'm also going to be in. I just think when I'm looking at the East in general, I'm like, okay, so the Heat beat the Bucks last year when you had Drew Holiday, who was a defensive stopper. Didn't matter. You lose him, you add Dame, your defense gets worse. I think Miami could still beat the Bucks in a series. Nothing of that has changed. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, are the Sixers really that much better than the Heat?
I think so. I think the Sixers, Bucks, and the Celtics are all, like, I'm not going to say they'd wipe the floor with the Heat, but I think that they would dominate them.
I don't think the gap is... I think the Sixers are a better team. I don't think the gap is huge. I just think the Heat just play... For some reason, they play the Bucks fucking crazy. They play y'all tough as hell. They play Philly tough as hell. Like, I'm like... They just... I don't... Until I see them just fully collapse, and now they're not going to... I don't think they're going to be a play-in team this year. Even with Tyler Hero, who... Fucking please come back from my dynasty team.
Please. I need him for fantasy.
Like... He was averaging like 25, 26 a game. Like, he's taking the step, even with him being on injury. You're going to get him back at some point. Hakuaz out of UCLA has been
he's doing good.
We talked in the group chat the other day. I think he's out of Wemby and Chet. I think he's like the third, fourth best rookie this year so far.
I had both Thompson twins above him.
I just think like just watching that Bucks game, like against Bucks, TNT game, high pressure game, got him in closing the game, making plays. Like he seems like a vet out there.
I mean, they can like, I don't know. There's just not like I'm never gonna look at the Heat and be like, okay, they're gonna win the finals. Like they can win the finals. That's just not something I will think.
I think I'm taking them above.
Winning the finals and making it to the finals are two completely different things.
But I would say they're still a
especially
contender.
from what we've seen from last year.
I think they're still a contender.
I don't even think they're a contender.
When I also say contender, I mean contending to like be in the finals, win the conference.
I don't even know where that gets you though. If you're the Heat, like, cool, you made the finals. You're just gonna lose again. Like that's just how you gotta think. That's how I think of it. Like, if they make it to the finals, I'm guessing Denver's gonna be there. They're not gonna win.
No.
But if the Bucks or like we make it, or even Philly, like they make it, like okay, they might fucking win. But you get the Bucks in there or the Heat in there, they don't have the roster to win.
I think that he has the talent to make it to the finals.
I think they went on their little Cinderella run last year, and that was it.
I don't even think it was a Cinderella run.
I think you got extremely lucky that Caleb Martin did what he did in the playoffs. Look at him now, doing nothing.
He's a bench player. He's a role player.
He's not even. He wasn't no role player in the playoffs.
No.
But they must have thought he was going to just keep doing that. No, he's not. That's just the playoffs. Play good at home. Role players play better at home. Like, Duncan's doing all right now. So, I don't know. I just don't look at the Heat roster and I'm like, okay, they could win the finals.
I just think they have the way they play, the teams that they have to play to get to the finals in the East. They play them well enough to where I have to consider them a contender. And, like, this is like, you saying it's a Cinderella run. Like, they went to the finals before last year.
And they lost.
Went to the finals in the bubble. They played the Lakers and lost. And then, like, the year prior, after the bubble, them and the Lakers, both teams that went to the finals were shit the year afterwards. And then, year prior, conference finals, played y'all. Y'all ended up beating them in Game 7. The year after that...
I think beating the 1, 2, and 3 seed is a Cinderella run. That's pretty good.
I don't think it's a Cinderella run.
I think it's a Cinderella run. Nobody thought they were going to win any of those series. I think it's a Cinderella run. They're the underdog. It's a Cinderella run.
I would say Cinderella run means more so fluke shit why they won. Game-winning shot. No, they beat the shit out the Bucks.
I think the Bucks. I think that's some fluke shit. I think that last shot that's some fluke shit. An inbound pass with like fucking 0.5 seconds left to go to overtime. Yeah, that's some fluke shit.
But even then,
you got to have a lot of things go right for that to happen.
Yeah, even then, Heat were still up in that series.
And then you get the Celtics' best player gets fucking hurt 5 seconds into the game.
They beat y'all in Game 7. And then they handled the Knicks.
I mean, you got to be lucky to win games. It is what it is.
It's for every team.
It is what it is. But I think I just don't. I don't know. I'm a Heat hater.
Yeah, I know.
So it is what it is.
I know. But me and Nick are in on that. In or out on Sacramento being a contender. Kind of flipping the script onto the Western Conference. I don't know if they're a contender or not.
Let me look at these teams.
I'd say I'm in.
I think I'm in too. I think I'm in.
I think I'm in.
Because I think they can...
I'm a little in and out.
I think I'm in. I think they can put up fights with the Suns and like the Mavs. And they can put up fights with the Nuggets, but I don't think they'll beat them. Like, it's just...
It's weird because the only really thing we have of them in the playoffs is against the Warriors. And the one thing that you could say worries you is Sabonis, because he kind of got played off the court at some parts last year in the playoffs. But it's like, when you look at the numbers, he eats against every team in the league but Golden State. For some reason, he just struggles against Golden State.
He didn't even play well against the last game you guys were playing. No. Like, it's just...
For some reason,
Looney wasn't even, like, playing, so it's very... Like, he was just on Draymond half the time.
He just struggles against Golden State for some reason, but I'm going to say...
I think I'm in.
I'm going to say I'm in, just because he plays a lot better against any other team but Golden State, and it's weird, because the numbers back it up and everything, but I just don't know if they have enough to beat Phoenix 7 games, or like to beat Denver 7 games.
What kind of Phoenix team we get?
If Phoenix is fully healthy, like...
We'll never see it at this point.
I don't think Sacramento has enough.
Nick, that dream that you had might not have been a dream.
Yeah, I was so scared.
That was the last thing I expected to see on my phone.
He might not play for the rest of the season.
Yeah, dude. I had a fucking nightmare that Bradley Beal was out for the rest of the season. It was a notification on my phone. It was Bradley Beal and another player, but I can't remember who the other player was.
Jesus.
Thank God it was a dream.
And then our last one, in or out on the Warriors Dynasty being officially over.
It's over. That's over.
I am also in
It
on
is
this.
now It is now the Nuggets dynasty. Like, sadly, I not dynasty as in like they're gonna win every year like you guys kind of did, but as in like they're always gonna be the boss level. Like they're gonna be the top. That's dynasty I'm kind of at. Yeah. And like they got one, they could easily go get two. Yeah. So then you're like, okay, are they going? If they go back a third time, you're like, okay, here we go. Dynasty time.
I mean, I think it's just,
like who out of the East is beating them in a 7-game series?
Only
respectfully,
Boston's
probably just
team.
us.
Boston's the only team
that actually, and I'm not even gonna say we would beat them. Like we just put up a fight.
I think they'd fold Milwaukee.
Yeah, I think
if Milwaukee has this roster and they went to the finals against Denver, I think
they'd kill Milwaukee. They'd kill the Heat. They'd kill the Sixers.
I don't think they'd kill the Sixers.
I think they'd kill the Sixers.
I think the Sixers would be a good ass.
I think they'd figure out a way to fucking collapse on Embiid, and they'd probably just let Maxey try to beat them.
I think the Sixers would have a way better chance than Milwaukee to beat them. I would say the dynasty is over, at least for this version. I think it just, when I really look at what went wrong in the past couple of years, because we've won a championship after, like, post KD, before KD, all that shit. So we've won after that. It's just, I think the turning point now, looking back on it, you can do this for every team. The Wiseman pick hurt us a lot more than I anticipated it would. Mm-hmm. Because, obviously, going back, it's going to be a lot different. But, like, Tyrese Halliburton on this team with Curry and Clay, then you're getting crazy. Because then Curry don't got to do shit playmaking-wise. That's what kind of Chris Paul is there for now. But, obviously, Tyrese is a lot younger. I think that pick, Kuminga hasn't really fit and worked out. I think that's why he could possibly be moved, depending on what they want to do. Like, because past seasons with like Bob Myers, like we weren't never a team to like look to trade and make big moves at the deadline, but it's not Bob Myers anymore. And now people are starting to realize why he kind of got out the fire when he did, because he has.
I mean, it's a good idea. I would have too.
He has such good relationships with like the team and like the core.
I'd have been like, okay, at some point it's gonna start falling off. But
at some point,
when do I get out? Like, I got mine. It's like, and he picked the right year to get out. I think
it just.
Not make those hard decisions.
They could still... I don't know. It just sucks because you have your best player continuing to get better, like, every year.
And then everybody around him is deteriorating.
And then it's like... your young guys... Moses Moody...
No, what I saw, that clip, it was Moses Moody against the Timberwolves, I think. Like, Moses Moody scored, like, 8 in a row or something, and then Steve Kerr pulled him. Like, just pulled him out.
He scored 11 in the fourth quarter.
And then they took him out.
And they took him out for Andrew Wiggins.
Why? Like, why? Keep him in. Feed the hot hand.
Yeah, I don't
know. It's the play-in game, dude. Like, let the hot hand go.
I think Moses Moody is a connector. I don't think he's somebody where, like, he's the next guy.
No.
But I think Moses Moody is
he's a great bench piece.
Yes, he does everything you want him to do. He can shoot a 3-ball. He
for
can
you
defend,
guys.
Yes.
Like, he's good for you guys.
I think he can be good. He's just a 3-and-D guy.
I think he fits with you guys a lot.
I think he's fine.
I don't think he can be part of like trade rumors. And
no, I don't think we would look to trade. I think Kuminga is somebody that would be the odd man out to get traded if that came to happen. But I also think like we haven't had Draymond Green.
He got a technical in his first game back.
Really at all this year. Like we just lost Gary Payton II for the season, possibly the season. I don't know how he like tore his calf or something like that. I don't know really the injury on that one, but. And then, like, we play the Clippers tonight. We play the Clippers again on Saturday, I believe. And then, like, it's tough because, like, if Curry ain't giving you 35-40, we're probably losing.
Fuck.
And then in the game where the Kings, where you're like, Clay got 20, he got to go, and Wiggins gave me 30.
And then
Curry gave me 30.
Lost.
And then we lost because we were over here thinking about the in-season tournament, thinking about getting 12.
It's crazy.
Shit,
y'all lost by 1. Draymond got that tech. There's a point. Like
it's crazy to think. And it's more so like, here's my stance on it. Like, most of the games we kill ourselves, like turnovers, stupid fouls.
Yeah, the turnovers for sure.
And
it's because Draymond. It's because I hate how you guys have Draymond run, like come up with the ball because he's always moving at 1,000 miles an hour. Like he will grab the ball and he's sprinting instantly. Like he doesn't know how to slow it down. And then he it's just, especially on that pass to Clay. Like he thinks Clay's going to the corner. He sends him a bounce pass, like right out of bounds.
I think that's where I saw them chasing the in-season tournament shit.
No, that was when you were winning by. That was when you were up. Like it was just the point didn't matter at that point.
No,
because you knew you weren't going to win by 12.
I know, but I feel like I don't think he plays that same situation like that. If we don't have to worry about because at this point there's still like 2 minutes left in the game.
I think he probably still plays like that because that's just how you guys play in general. You guys are a 3 dominant team. Like I think he just knows that Clay's gonna leak out to the corner more than come to him. Like I think like that makes more sense. I would probably assume he was going to the corner as well.
It's just I don't know. It's just fresh because I watched this with the Warriors and then I turn around and watch it with the Vikings because when you compare it to the Vikings, we're sitting here. Turnovers, interceptions, fumbles, shit, we're killing ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
And then I go to the Warriors, we're killing ourselves, turnovers, bad shots, honestly, bad coaching decisions at some point this year. Like, I'm just like, you're killing yourselves. You don't have the same talent or, like, burst offensively. So we're like, damn, we were turning the ball over hella in the first half. Damn, we're just going to go score 45 in the third, and this game's going to be over with. You don't have that anymore. It's only in spurts at times now. So we're like, I don't know. And then Chris Paul ain't been the problem. Chris Paul been
fine.
Yeah, Chris Paul been fine.
Super serviceable for you guys. Like
Sarge has been fine. It's just the 2 guys that we were hoping to kind of take that step have like kind of fell off. And it's Klay Thompson, who also Klay Thompson, you got to understand, he came off the Achilles ACL.
Okay. I don't know if I can give him that anymore. He's been playing fine. Like he's been like now that he's just hitting a rough spot, we're starting to bring that up.
He was never the Klay Thompson of old once he came back off injury.
I know, but like it's still like Klay Thompson. Like I think people were still like, okay, he's still gonna average, blah blah blah. Like I think now that you guys are just in a rut, I think those excuses are gonna start coming up.
I say he's gonna average 12 to 15. I was called crazy.
Yeah, I was just say I think these excuses are starting to come up now. Just because you guys are doing bad.
I've always been on the mindset that where I think the whole contract situation's more in his head, and I think now that he like is underperforming, that's in it. I think it's it's all in his head.
Did you hear what he said? He's like, "You want me to bench myself?" Like the guy was like trying to goat him into like saying I need to come off the bench or something. Like Clay's not gonna come off the fucking bench.
No.
Why would you even say that?
Yes.
You can say he's like more agitated at the fucking mic too.
Yeah, like he's pissed.
Sure.
I mean, I'd be pissed if we're losing too.
Yeah.
Like I don't just want to go lose.
Yeah.
Like so, and he knows he's playing bad. He doesn't want to hear it from the media and everything. Like
God, I love to see it. I love to see the Clay downfall.
I actually like Clay.
I also
Clay's like a good personality and like
because D-Book's soft.
He's just a hater.
D-Book's soft as hell for real.
Right, all he can do is bring up his fucking forefinger. That was it.
How many D-Book got? How many D-Book got?
Yeah, pussy. D-Book ain't got no rings.
D-Book ain't got no rings. Yeah, look at you, mad as hell.
You told him. Yeah, you told him, man.
Look at you.
Yeah, hey, look at the last like 3 or 4 times that he's played against him. Like, look at D-Book's.
That's fine.
Yeah, it is fine. I know. Yo, that's all you can do. That's it.
That's all we got. That's all we got to do. That's all we got to do.
Yeah,
that's all you got.
Tatum sitting here smiling. No rings.
That's all you got.
That's why we got Drew Holiday. We got championship mindset.
You got shit now. Ain't got shit now. I don't got rings.
Nah, fuck it. The main problem that like I was mad, like kind of frustrated with him, like Andrew Wiggins, like this should be like prime opportunity for you to kind of like step into that. I'm gonna get this amount of shots. I'm gonna get you 17 to 20 a game, and it's just he's just been shooting poorly. Klay Thompson's been shooting poorly.
Also ass.
And it's just looking at it, the dynasty definitely is over. I think to where they were that dominant, and even when we won the chip, I wouldn't say we were uber dominant.
Well, you beat the shit out of us, so
beat y'all, but that was more so y'all just couldn't fuck with Steph.
Y'all don't have Jordan Poole, bro. We win.
What did they do to my king?
Jordan Poole was really like a fucking 15 to 18 point scorer off your bench and just banging threes and shit, and now he's just getting blocked. Like dink.
Jordan Poole, man, what happened?
Now it really is like honeys. That's him. That's him now. Like
fuck, man. It's just frustrating time to be a Warriors fan, but this is my time. this is my time to us
America wins.
To be
America
mediocre.
finally wins.
Yeah.
But
well, the Warriors were in the finals my whole career of high school.
Yeah.
Since I started to when I ended.
Yeah. So I'm fine. I'm fine with how no dynasty has ended ever in a good way. It all ends badly. Like any sport you can go to, all dynasty has ended poorly. But at this point, I just want to see Curry continue to just try to be racist stock, I guess. This is a player of all time. But I'm kind of also happy to see I'm so happy to see Denver doing their shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so happy to see y'all doing y'all shit. Phoenix, I'm super happy to see them doing their shit. Like, if they ever do their thing.
We the best.
I don't know. I just love parity in the league. And I feel like we didn't get that because...
Well, no, it was just Cavs and fucking Warriors for 4 years straight.
We've gotten some all-time great matchups out of that.
Yeah.
But I'm glad every year we've seen two different teams in the finals. Like, Warriors in Boston was fucking cool. And
Denver and Miami.
Denver and Miami was fun to see. Like,
even Lakers Miami.
Lakers Miami was heat. Like, and then like Bucks and Suns. Like, God, like all these different matches are so fun to see. Like, I just want to see something different every year.
Was Bucks Suns 2019?
No, that was Warriors Toronto. 2020 was the Bucks.
Warriors 2021.
2021. And then
was
we
Bucks
were
and Suns.
2020. Yeah.
Yeah.
And last year was Denver.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. The only team that's looking to kind of replicate that dominance is Denver. But we still got to see it. The future will tell. But you guys want to wrap it up there?
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning into the Barrel Talk podcast. Hope to see you tune in future episodes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.